orphanage situation has been increasing in Uganda. It's estimated today that there are over 2.5 million orphans and vulnerable children, and the majority of them have been orphaned by HIV and AIDS.
The situation analysis of 2010 in Uganda showed about 96% of vulnerability among the children of Uganda.
We've been running a program on orphans and vulnerable children since 1996. And our work was motivated by part of our community response to HIV and AIDS by then, where a number of orphans made vulnerable by HIV were found, and there was a need to mobilize the communities to take response to these orphans.
THETA in the years of 1998 to 2000 trained traditional health practitioners in this country. These traditional health practitioners were trained on HIV counseling and community education. So one of the core issues that they were taught then was to go back to their communities and educate their community members and also start up projects that could benefit their people.
Isomero lyatandikibirwe omwaka gw'enkumi nga tuli omu THETA tusoma nga tumaire okutuhaako ebigambo okulankulanya ebitundu byaisu zeena onaire eno ninkikola nintandika n'abaana 10 era nga mbahoze nka habula musomesa yenena olw'ensuna era abaana abo tibahanga school fees waire na bemba kobere nti baleeteyo oku 12 nga be tibasobola kubanga nateekeremu inamaani omuba mulekwa naba batasobola kweyamba.
At THETA, we are not able to address all the 7 core program areas, but in our mandate we focus largely on 4 of them. We focus on food and nutritional security, we work on education, we work on health, water and sanitation, we also work on psychosocial support and basic care.
Kati abaana era bwe batyo basanyuka naffe ne tusanyukira wamu nabo kubanga omwana bw'azannya naawe obeera musanyufu.
We provided these schools with psychosocial items to help them, to help the pupils relax their minds. We have playstations at the schools. We have swings at these schools, at all the Kaliro schools. And then for Orphans in Kampala, we bought for them uniforms for football so that they can participate visibly in these district and national football and netball activities.
They have access to play interventions. We have ensured they provide child play materials and also promote child play in schools as well as competition in sports outside their own schools.
We are having 33 teachers in number at the 4 schools so far, and SIDECOLE contributes towards their monthly allowances.
Omwaka 2023 basoboire okutuhanirira nga aho ndina abasomesa 4 n'ebibiina 3 batuha ebitabo batuha blackboard batuwongera ne desk batuwongera tuba nabo ahamo tusanyukanga batukoleire ebyo kutuwongeramu amaani era aho ningumira kimo okuboneka nti ntambulya isomero lino awo nga n'abasomesa 4 aye ngahera eschool enane okubaha omusaala mutono era aho he batandikire bono kutukwataku okubaha omusaala tutambula nga tuli n'abasomesa abo 4.
For the past 9 years, because SIDECOLE started with us in 2005, it has for the past 9 years been supporting these schools in the area of education. They support and finance the schools to procure on a timely basis instructional materials. We've also constructed pit latrines. THETA, with support from SIDECOLE, was able to construct pit latrines. At least now, every school, so for the schools in Kaliro, they have latrines for boys and for girls. These schools were having challenges with the latrines. Actually, one of the schools had only one small latrine which was being shared by the teachers and the pupils. One latrine with 2 stances, those are 2 doors, grass-thatched and with a semi-permanent wall.
We have got here some latrines, and there are 2 latrines, each of 4 doors. And you're supposed to keep those latrines clean. You wash them. Boys, you know where you're supposed to go. And then girls, you know where you're supposed to go. And then even teachers, female teachers and male teachers.
Obuyonjo tutandise okubulaba. Twali nga tulina akalatulini kamu nassale n'abawala abakulu kubanga tetuyinza kubateeka mu kinankanyi kimu.
We try to ensure that to provide access to health information, to provide access to prevention interventions. We, as much as possible, try to use Ministry of Health provided materials. We also work with other partners like SIDECOLE Foundation Uganda, which provides us with the materials on reproductive health for younger children, and we try to ensure that we adopt a school health program that has been developed by the Ministry of Health.
Okay, you have been reading those papers, the younger talks, and you have been seeing what they have been advising you. And there have been very many advices to you about reproductive health. For example, they advise you that you should not share knickers or underparts. What is the danger of, or what is the disadvantage of sharing those knickers or underparts? Achiram?
If your friend have a disease like a candida and you share that knicker, you catch the candida. It is a pleasure. Short clap.
From last year to now, we've been able to give out over 2,500 copies.
The younger talks have taught them the dangers of sex, so they have known ways of protecting, over the ways of avoiding sex. School dropout was high, in that pupils, like the girls, they were getting pregnancies. But now they know these days they cannot get pregnancies because the younger talks are teaching them the ways of avoiding sex.
Under the core area of food, nutrition, we support Have Mercy school here in Kampala, and children get meals while at school.
We provide nutrition support to the schools to ensure that our children have access to good nutrition as part of their study program. But also we have started with schools to ensure that they have gardening programs around schools, which work as demonstrations for schools, but also for education, for guardians as well as parents who may want to replicate these nutritional practices at their homes.
The pupils are provided with posho at lunchtime, posho and beans. So far, as at last term, which was 2014 first term, 246 pupils from Have Mercy Primary School benefited from this intervention. We have what we call CTC clubs in these schools, or child-to-child clubs. Child-to-child clubs also, they're involved in hygiene activities. They once in a while conduct general cleaning activities in their communities and around their schools. SIDECOLE has been good to these clubs. They support them in provision of materials which they use to conduct their hygiene activities. So cleaning materials, they have given us finances to buy them gloves, they have gumboots, they have rakes, they have wheelbarrows, which they use whenever they are carrying out these activities. And once in a while, they go out to their community markets. As the schools, they also give out to their communities. They go to their communities, community markets, and clean alongside the other community members. We train them integrated practical skills. We call it IPS, or what someone could call technical skills. The pupils are trained how to use their hands to be creative and innovative.
We always have this exercise once a week on Friday. We learn how to make paper beads, bags. Many things are learned from here. I'm very experienced in making paper beads. Now me as an individual, I've learned a lot of things from here. I can produce such a thing by my own hands as I get the materials.
Me, I started for free, direct fund, and there was an organization called THETA who used it to provide for us some plastic materials and even provided the school with textbooks, chalks. Like this examination is could provide money and buy the examination is. Then, yeah, we passed in P7. I got 18 aggregates, and that was very okay to me. I was very happy because I passed.
There has been a dependency in some of these communities where communities we support tend to think that it's our role to continue providing this kind of support to orphans and vulnerable children. It's a big challenge, but we continue to work with the community leaders to mobilize them to understand that what they are trying to do is to supplement and support what they should be doing. We have seen over the years communities taking it positively and contributing in terms of labor, in terms of materials, and now they are taking up areas like food security and nutrition. We believe that they can continue to provide nutrition for pupils who remain in school. But as long as we continue to have partners that continue to appreciate our work and continue to support this area, we will continue to provide the support we are providing, but we will continue to ensure that within our programming we deeply inculcate an element of sustainability.
SIDECOLE ekoleera hamu ne SETA okuboneka nti etuha obuyambi era niswena ntuba abasanyufu ino olw'ebyo batukoleire. Kale ndina okwebalya kunene ino olw'ekibiina ekyo ebibiina ebyo bitukwatiireku eisomero lino era nga bikaali by'ab'omaiso n'okutugemaku era twongera okusaba eri Katonda nti abahe emikisa bongere okutugemaku. Mwebalire kimo bebale ino.